video again. Tonight, I just wanted to do a little bit of a review of the channel for 2023. Sort of like a recap or a rewind. That's the word. I haven't done a recap video like this before, mainly because I started this channel a year and a half ago. So while I have done a year anniversary video, I haven't really been able to do a entire year in review like 2022 because I started in the middle of that. But yeah, tonight I will be pretty much rambling a lot. It's going to be a lot of rambling, but I've written everything that I want to talk about down on this notebook, this little tiny notebook in front of me. I've got a couple like categories that I want to talk about. I want to go over all of the analytics of the channel in the last year. I also want to talk about sort of New Year's resolutions, basically just goals that I'm very much looking forward to in the future, and stuff that I want to accomplish within 2024 or even beyond. And I also want to talk about the channel and what it means to me, and explain some things, because I feel like some of it might be a little necessary, basically. So, to begin, I would like to take a little review of the last year on the channel. Right now, you should be looking at my channel analytics from the YouTube studio on my computer. And right now we sit at 780 subscribers, which is a fuck ton more than I could have ever expected. This is the little thing that I look at, like, literally every day. I take a look at what people are watching and stuff, and I see that, like, I always go all the way down here to see, like, what is getting, like, the smallest amount of views, but still gets views. It's very fun, of course, and looking at, you know, the most popular videos still getting stuff as well. It's very, very cool. It gives me a very nice dopamine rush whenever I'm outside doing something else that isn't this. But yeah, I have switched the setting to show me all of the analytics in the last year. Again, the channel sits at 780 subscribers, but within the last year we got 692, which is damn near 700 of the 780 subscribers that we got. And that is nuts. I think the sort of, well, right now we are in our kind of golden age of subscribers and views and all that, mainly because I started making Fortnite videos. And you know, I've only made 2 Fortnite videos so far. Well, technically 3. It's somewhere like all the way back here, the first one. But I plan on making more Fortnite videos in order to sort of grow the channel now that I have a year and a half on YouTube. So that's a year and a half worth of content and stuff that people can just devour. And it's kind of awesome because I originally planned this channel out to be, well, obviously a Let's Play channel, which I'm still doing that, and I won't stop doing that, but I wanted to build basically a library of ASMR that I feel like hasn't really been, gaming ASMR that I feel that hasn't really been touched upon a whole lot. Then later on, I would like to grow it so that people can find my channel and see all this stuff. So that's kind of what I got planned. But right now, we're kind of in our golden age But I'd say before that, I think June, July is kind of like our, I guess our bronze area, silver area, era, not area. I can't really see what videos were made back then. One of them was the Baldur's Gate 3 video, which is like one of the top 5 videos of my channel right now. You can see that it's still getting views at like #1. But yeah, that's how I'm doing. That's how the channel's doing in terms of subscribers. In the last year, we got 11.7 thousand watch time hours, which is absolutely insane. If I switch it to lifetime, and we get to see the extra half year that we got, that is the other half year. Wait, it's like hold on, right here, I think. It starts here. That's where the last year is. That's all that we had before. So I remember when these 3 little spikes down here was like the golden era of the channel. That's kind of where I realized that, you know, I really can take this channel somewhere, and I could really build something here. And then I never hit that height again until much, much later, months later. And then I hit all the way up to here. Yeah, 65.8 watch time hours in a day was, actually, here, let me switch it back to 365 days. But yeah, once I hit 65.8 watch time hours in a day, that was insane. And we've been breaking this record more and more and more. My all-time used to be 84.3, but now it is 89.1 watch time hours in a day, which is absolutely insane. When I was getting 24 watch time hours in a day, and I processed that really meant that basically a singular person is watching my content constantly, all day, every day. That kind of blew my mind. And we are hitting numbers that are multiplied from that, which is crazy. And I kind of can't stress enough how grateful I am to have all of this progress. I think this around here is when I got sick, and I was pretty worried about my health. I thought I was going through some stuff, and then this was like the beginning of Starfield, I think, which I was very, very excited to do. But then I got sick, and I only had a part 1 out. And then when I came back, I kept through it, and there's sort of been a sort of trend upwards since then, which is great. But yeah, you can see that divot where I was pretty much off the map for like a month, maybe a little more than that. But in terms of views, we got 62,000 in the last year, which, again, if I were to know that, like, when I was down here, like, literally 6 months into my YouTube career, I would have lost it, dude, because I was pulling these numbers, not even like 100 a day, and now my all-time high is 728, when my previous record was, I guess, 465. And yeah, I really wish I knew what was back here. I guess this was during my Inscription days, which that was very fun. Anyway, impressions. I mean, I guess I could cover this. This is basically how many times a video of mine is shown to somebody, like on their home screen, or recommendations, or all of that stuff. And of course, it reached an all-time high with the first Fortnite video, at 17,000 impressions in a day, 365 days. So I find it very, very ironic that my top playlist in this time period is Bully, which was my first series, which I think I dropped episode 1 like 3 days into the channel. I did this as well as the Dead Island, the original Dead Island playthrough. I did those simultaneously. Oh, this is a little harder to look at. But, yeah, these are the top playlists. Bully, which I guess most of the views that come from the playlist itself are from, like, very early on this year. They've definitely dropped off as of late, I would assume. But second up is Risk of Rain 2, which is awesome. I feel like I've been doing Risk of Rain videos. I can't really remember when I started making them, but it's definitely belonging to this year, if that makes sense. After that is Inscription, which was also a great, like, I believe this was like the original golden era of the channel when I made Inscription. Next up is Grounded, and I have not made a video on Grounded in a while, which I promised I would come back and do it during like October, I think, because that's when I made the first video and someone asked to do some more Grounded content. But again, that was around the time that I got sick, so yeah, I never got to do that. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers all of the channel analytics section. This whole video, I'm gonna be stressing how absolutely grateful I am for the amount of attention and love that you guys put into this channel. This channel is pretty much taken over my hobby, essentially. That's what I originally set out to do. I wanted to make, I wanted to turn my hobby into something productive, basically, and I'm very happy to be able to do that now and see all of the love that you guys put into it. Anyways, yeah, that pretty much concludes the analytics side of the channel, and right now it should be cutting back to the gameplay that I decided to use for this video, and now I am in pretty much just like speech mode, if that makes sense. It's kind of crazy. I've done only a couple videos that are structured like this, where it's just a ramble and nothing else. I'm just sitting alone by myself, not doing anything, trying to stimulate sorry, myself. Pause on that, of course. But yeah, I'm pretty much in speech mode, which I never thought I'd be able to really do this. I'm gonna have to have a lot of hidden cuts for the next, like, half hour or however long this video is gonna be. But yeah, now at this point I have picked up my little notebook that I use for a lot of creative things. You can hear right there. And right now I would like to talk about the future of the channel and the sort of goals that I have laid out for 2024. First of all, I would like to mention that we are getting very, very, very close to reaching 1,000 subs, which I'm very, very excited for. We just hit the 75% three-quarter mark when we hit 750 subs, and that was during the first Fortnite video. So I feel like if I keep making Fortnite videos, I will be getting to 1,000 subs a lot quicker than I had anticipated about like half a year ago, per se. And of course, once we hit, mind you, 1,000 subscribers, I will be able to monetize my videos, which I don't know how that works, and I would like to mention that I am not going to be putting ads in the middle of my videos, because that is very annoying and very awful to do. I definitely know myself what that is like. But yeah, I don't know how monetization works. I'll figure it out once I hit 1,000 subs, and I'm not expecting to make a shit ton. I am still gonna put as much love and care into this channel as I always have ever since the beginning. But yeah, that is one of the goals that I have for this channel. Next up, I wanted to, I want to make a video, or maybe like a series of videos where I don't whisper at all, and I focus more so on triggers, like ASMR triggers. Right now, I would describe the channel as like 75% Let's Play channel and 25% ASMR channel, if that makes sense. Literally all I do is whisper and commentate while I play video games, which I'm, more experienced in the gaming, as opposed to the ASMR part. But yeah, I've always sort of looked at other channels, and of course when I watch gaming ASMR, I compare myself to them and see how I can improve myself based on, the stuff that I watch. And it's not like I really, really, really need to. I like the style of content that I've been making. But at the same time, I would like to try making a sort of series where I diversify my ASMR. I would very much like to be a better ASMR artist, especially for you guys. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, I would absolutely be down to do something like that. Maybe like I would do all these different kinds of triggers where I would tap or make certain mouth sounds, not like wet mouth sounds, because I don't think I'm like ready for that as of yet. But different tapping stuff. Let me give you like a little preview. Hold on, I got a candle right next to me. Here, I'll tap on it. It's cool, right? I think it's cool. And I'll use my fingernail. I think that's cool. So I would definitely love to make a video where there's like an hour of gameplay, and every like 5 minutes I switch to a different trigger. It's also a lot easier on my throat, and a lot easier on my brain, because I don't have to think about commentating as much anymore. But if I did decide to make this a sort of series, I would do like probably once a month, or once every 1.5 months or 2 months, something like that. Yeah, so next up I would like to mention another goal that I've kind of always had for the channel, which is I would really, really, really like to make a collab video with another ASMR artist, another gaming ASMR artist. I did reach out to about a dozen creators back like half a year ago, when I had I think 400 subscribers, I think, something like that. But I reached out to a bunch of people. I like 2 people messaged them, and they left me on send. They ghosted me. So, yeah, I haven't really been wanting to try that again, but it's still a goal that I would love to do. Originally, I wanted to make like a Borderlands 2 playthrough, but I thought it would be better if I did it with multiple people. So I really saved it for a long, long time until I was like, I'm not fucking playing with anybody anytime soon. So yeah, I'm just gonna make it anyway. But I think it would sort of enrich the ASMR gaming community here on YouTube. And yeah, I would really like to do that. There's a bunch of co-op games out there, and some strictly co-op games that I would love to play, like Lethal Company. If I had another ASM artist to play Lethal Company with, that would be, oh my god, that would be so fun. That'd be fucking amazing, dude. But yeah, that's just a goal that I've always had. Maybe I'll be able to do something like that this year. Maybe not. Who knows? Another goal that I had laid out that I actually mentioned a couple weeks ago, probably like a month ago, was I wanted to bring up the idea of streaming. There are a lot of ASMR streamers on Twitch or on YouTube or even TikTok at this point. I literally saw someone earlier today doing a stream for, I think, a new like Inscription type game, which I kind of need to get on that, I won't lie. But yeah, I've I'm not that flexible with time. I can't go like hours and hours a day recording or streaming, because when I make videos, there are a bunch of things that could go wrong. For example, people in my house or my apartment can make a bunch of sounds that are very disruptive. I have a roommate that you probably know very, very often, always like is cackling in his room over something every morning, I guess. So yeah, it's kind of just like a little thought, kind of put it on the back burner for now for the channel. If I ever find time to be able to do this for extended periods of time, because when I make a video, chances are if it's like 2 hours long, I will take a break in the middle of it, or something will happen and I have to pause the video without like explaining. So that happens a lot. But yeah, streaming is really much on the back burner. Next up, some other goals that I have for 2024. Obviously, I want to finish the Dead Space and Lies of P series that I've got going on right now. I think each of them have 5 episodes to their name, and I also wanted to bring up the sort of structure that I've been sticking to for a bit now, where I have a main series, which like a couple weeks ago, it was Borderlands 2. So basically, every 2 videos, I would make a Borderlands 2 video. So I make a Borderlands 2 video, and then 2 other videos, and then Borderlands 2. But within those 2 videos, I also have a sort of long-term series. So there is a main series, and then there is a long-term series. The main series, again, happens every 2 videos, and then the long series happens within those 2 videos, but they sort of interchange each cycle. I'll only put one long-term series in a other free video that happens within the next the next two videos after a main series is free to do anything. So like a one-off type video, a multiplayer video, Fortnite, I don't know, something like that. Right now, my long-term series videos, which are Dead Space and Lies of P, I'd say we're like in the middle of both of them. So it's gonna take a bit to finally finish them, and who knows, I might actually turn one of them to a main series. Might be cool. But I might just make Fortnite the main series for now. Probably. Maybe. Another goal that I have for 2024 is I really want to bring back the Drunk ASMR series. Now, some of you guys may not know what that is if you haven't taken a look at like my playlists and like really dug deep, but I have a playlist where I do like a challenge, a drinking game basically, where that's pretty much it. I drink whenever I like fail a challenge in the video. The first video I made on Drunk ASMR was Cuphead. That was a great video. I had a great ass time. And the second one was Fall Guys, and that was so much fun as well. Yeah, I haven't really gotten back into Drunk ASMR, mainly because I made a community post a while ago asking what people wanted to see for the third episode of Drunk ASMR, and I put Elden Ring down, which I don't know why I did, because when that won, I didn't want to do it anymore, because I think I was like in the middle of a playthrough, or I had just got done stopping my playthrough, my personal playthrough, and yeah, I just didn't want to get back into it. But yeah, somebody recently commented that they wanted to see the Drunk ASMR Elden Ring video, so I might just do that, considering it's been an amount of time since then, and I want to do more community posts. I think that facilitates a nice, like, a strong community for the channel. So that's a sort of sub goal that I kind of have. Another goal that I have is I want to bring back the Risk of Rain 2 videos. I think that Risk of Rain was a very foundational element to my channel. I started making videos on it like probably a year ago, to be honest. I can't remember when the Acrid video was, but that was the first one, and I realized that there were a lot of people who really enjoyed those videos, and I think the main reason why is because nobody else was making Risk of Rain ASMR videos, and I was able to make like good, like really cool connections with people like Giovanni. He was someone who loved the Risk of Rain videos, and yeah, a lot of people really enjoyed it, and as we showed before in the analytics, it's a very popular playlist for the channel, and it was a very long series that I did, and it has, I think, 15 videos to its name, so it's kind of the longest series that I've done. And I said that I would like to do a series where I played on the hardest difficulty, which is Monsoon. And this Christmas, I sort of took a look at Risk of Rain again myself, just to pass the time. And I realized that I have kind of gotten better at Risk of Rain. It might be a better understanding of the equipment and items that you could get, but it also might just be that I kind of got better at computer games on PC, which is also very, very cool. So I would like to reintroduce the Risk of Rain videos to my channel because I think it's so foundational to what this channel is, and I would very much like to see Giovanni back. He's sort of been on a MS ASMR GC. That's my acronym, hiatus. But I see his comments every now and again. And yeah, another goal that I would like to do, which I think we're at the end. Yeah, we're at the end of the list that I have planned out, is I would very, very, very much like to rebrand my channel. Not so much rename it. I like the name still, but I would like to sort of update the banner as well as the logo. I want to try to get creative with what I can do on like Photoshop. I haven't been on that thing in a while, you know. Well, I'm kind of always on Photoshop because I make thumbnails on Photoshop and all that, but I haven't really did a whole lot of like design, if that makes sense. So I would like to get back into that, and I would like to try making a new logo for the channel. Maybe make a community post where people vote on what logo they want to see or something. And I've had the banner that I have now where it says "You found it, good job." Ever since I started, I made that on Photoshop, and I thought it was just a nice little gimmick for the channel, and I've left it there forever. And I think it's about time that I change it out, you know, do something else. So yeah, that just about does it for the New Year's resolutions stuff that I want to see in 2024, stuff that I want to see done for the channel. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for that, and I feel like that last point where I talked about the rebranding of the channel is a nice segue into the channel itself and what it means to me. And I wanted to take a minute to talk about the origin of the channel, especially the name, My Secret ASMR Gaming Channel. I wanted to explain, you know, it sort of still is my secret ASMR gaming channel, but as some of you may know, it's not like a super, super secret that I'm like dead set on like keeping, you know. Originally, when I started the channel, like I said before, it was a way to turn my hobby into something productive. There was a summer, 2022, sorry, the summer of 2022, where I feel like I wasn't getting a whole lot done, mainly because I was away from college, and I wasn't really doing a whole lot productive-wise. I didn't have a job because I lived 3.5 hours away from my hometown where I currently was. But I've always really enjoyed video games. Ever since I was a kid, ever since I could play video games, I have been obsessed with them, and it's been my number one hobby. It's my love, basically. And I am in school, studying for something completely different, but I really really should have been a game designer. And it's never too late, of course. I can always, take a look at game design. But that's much later down the line, I take it. But yeah, I started this channel because I wanted to be a little productive with my hobby. So when I was making the channel, I didn't know what to name it. I didn't have an idea for it. I knew I wanted to do it because I felt that ASMR gaming, the landscape of it was sort of lackluster, only because it didn't have a ton of variety, and that is what I have stressed on the channel. That's kind of like our number one priority, is that I want to cover as many different games as possible. And I love when people recognize this and acknowledge this and give me props for that, because that is exactly what I set out to do. I wanted to diversify the channel by creating a new library of ASMR gaming on games that aren't out there. Number one is Risk of Rain. I don't think there's anybody that has made ASMR content on Risk of Rain 2 like I have. And it's not like an untapped resource. It's more like I really appreciate ASMR, the community. There was a point in time where I could never go to sleep without ASMR, and when you sort of build up a tolerance to triggers, then you start to look for other things. You start to search on YouTube for things that you are interested in. And what I did was I always looked up like ASMR and then a video game that I was really into at the time, and I found all of this stuff. There is always an ASMR video for everything. Literally everything. And when I saw that, there wasn't an ASMR video for everything in the landscape of gaming, especially on YouTube, I wanted to set out to, solve that. And so when I made the name for the channel, I named it that because, I didn't want people to really know that I had my friends. I didn't want, my personal life to know that I had one, because a lot of people judge, I was a bit shy with showing off my channel to everybody, especially when I started off and I was at 1 subscriber. And yeah, I was very shy, but I still wanted to do it, so I made the name, and I thought it was a nice little coy little, naming scheme. I thought it was unique, basically, and that's why I still pretty much like it today. Of course, I will always acknowledge this sort of cringe factor that the name sort of facilitates. Very much reminds me of, this truly was my Hero Academia. It kind of reminds me of jokes like that, but again, I still like it. And originally, I actually did try to hide who I was, and tried to block out my gamer tag and stuff like that. But after a little bit, it had to have been a couple months in, I pretty much gave up on really trying to hide who I was. And when I decided that I was gonna keep the channel a secret, it was mainly from my friends. Well, the naming scheme was pretty much for my friends, so if they ever found my channel, and if I ever let slip that I do have an ASMR channel and they wanted to know, it's it's like a little goofy kind of trick where I would tell them, no, you can't know what it is. It's my secret ASMR gaming channel, you know? It's that kind of thing. And mind you, there are a couple of my friends that do know of this channel, mainly because, well, one time I was drunk, and I was talking about it, and I was like, you know what, you probably could find my channel if you looked up the sort of, the games that I am playing. And at the time, I was playing Starfield, so I was like, I mean, I'm playing Starfield right now, I don't know if you can find it, and they looked it up, and immediately I was at the front fucking page, and that was hilarious. I think I was like a couple videos down, not like the top per se, but yeah, they found it, and they did leave like a stupid comment on one of my videos not too long ago. And I have no idea how much they actually consume my content, but sometimes we talk about it. And there are a couple other people that I talk about this channel all the time too. Like all the time. Every time I get a comment, I show this one person. And yeah, I have a lot of love for this channel, and I get very, very, very excited whenever something cool happens with it. So I always have to talk about it with this one person. Anyway, when I was, I'm kind of like going on a tangent, but I did used to put a lot of effort into hiding who I was and my gamer tag. But I eventually gave up because it is so difficult to actually hide who you are when you're playing video games. Because let's say I'm playing like a multiplayer game and I get killed, or I get a kill or something, my gamer tag is gonna be like in the kill feed, and it's gonna be like at the bottom or at the top, or if I'm in a lobby, it's gonna be somewhere. And there were a couple videos where I did blur out my gamer tag and stuff, but yeah, now I don't, because, you know, mainly if I put effort into hiding who I am and I name my channel what it is, I feel like it's like calling attention to myself, which is not what I want to do at all. Like I'm trying to bait you to find me. So yeah, I stopped doing that mainly for that reason. And I also, you know, came to grips with it's not that big of a deal, even if people find my content, because I'm not doing weird shit, and I've always been proud of my channel, but right now, I am the most proudest that I can be of the channel with how much success it's been getting lately. And yeah, now I do want to mention that I leave my gamer tag everywhere now, and I will say now that you can use that to figure out who I am. Like, it is extremely easy to figure out who I am. So, if you are at all curious on who is behind the microphone, it's a little too easy if you just go on Google. But I would like to reiterate that I am not special at all. I'm not like a special person. I'm not a celebrity. You do not know me. I'm also not ashamed of who I am either. That's not why I'm doing a secret ASMR channel. Yeah, 99.999% of people who watch this channel absolutely do not know me. I am literally just a guy in college trying to wrap up his next semester, basically. Trying to get his fucking diploma and live live life. But yeah, considering that the name of the channel is what it is, and right now I just revealed that it's not actually a secret channel. You would think that the channel name sort of like loses its meaning, which I would agree with you. However, I feel like since it did sort of lose that meaning, I feel like it sort of gained a new one in that sort of, you don't really need to know who I am, basically. It's not all like a secret, but you don't need to focus on who I am, who this person is behind the microphone, and playing all these games. Sure, I do talk about my personal life a lot during my videos, but all you really have to do is enjoy the content and be a part of the community. And that's kind of that's kind of how I perceive the channel myself. But yeah, I believe I have covered everything that I wanted to talk about in terms of the channel, the analytics, the goals that I have, and how I perceive the channel. I would like to reiterate by saying thank you guys so fucking much for a year of 700 new subscribers. And of course it only goes up from here. I have a bunch of goals laid out, and I plan on engaging with you guys as much as possible in the future. Now, I've mentioned it before. Lately, I've sort of been slowing down on my content. Usually, I would make like a video maybe not like a video every day, but like once every 2 days. It's in between once every day and once every 2 days, I would say. But now it's definitely slowed down because I picked up a job, and I've got a new semester of school coming up where I really have to go hard this time. But yeah, I'm still gonna put so much love into this channel, and I cannot wait to see what 2024 brings to us. Definitely let me know what you want to see this year. If you're anticipating a game, chances are I can fucking pay for it now. So I'm very happy about that, and that I am financially stable now, now that I have a job, and I'm not just getting financial aid and stuff from school. And yeah, let me know what you want to see, and especially if it's a game from long ago, if it's a classic, if it's not a classic, if it's something you want to see, let me know, because I am here to make content for you and what you want to see. So if there is a game that you want to see, let me know, absolutely. And I am very much looking forward to everybody's amazing comments, and seeing a lot more people interacting with this channel. And yeah, that pretty much is it. I feel like near the end I started getting like out of breath or stuttering over my words a lot more than usual. So I am going to eat. I'm gonna eat some food, take a shower, go to work, all of that. Happy holidays, guys. Over was in my hometown for Christmas break. I got sick, but now I've pretty much fully recovered, which is wonderful. And we are in full swing for the channel now. And, yeah. Happy holidays, guys. I hope you guys had a really, 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 really good holiday. And Happy New Year. I love you guys. Like a shit ton.